what it really means to be a chosen one in today's world. Why do some people who seem extra caring, wise, or even a little magical end up feeling so lonely, especially in love? Imagine being someone who always looks out for others, senses emotions deeply, and values true connections. Yet they often find themselves surrounded by people who seem only to care about themselves. Could there be a reason why chosen ones struggle to find love that's real? In a world that sometimes feels filled with people who just want attention, control, or praise, chosen ones stand out. They aren't interested in shallow or fake relationships. They want something real, but that's often hard to find. Many times, their kindness attracts people who only want to take, never to give. So they end up feeling alone and maybe even a little different. But what if this loneliness is actually a sign of something powerful? Maybe it's not a curse at all. Maybe chosen ones are meant to go through this struggle to become stronger and find out who they truly are. Perhaps there's something special about the way they see the world that sets them apart and makes them even more valuable. If you're curious to know why this happens, or if you feel like you might be one of these chosen ones, keep watching. Let's explore the reasons why finding love can feel so hard in a world that often seems so self-centered, and why that just might be the best journey you'll ever go on. And hey, if you're interested in learning more about the unique challenges chosen ones face, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out on content that helps you discover more about yourself and the world around you. Chosen ones are people with big hearts and a natural kindness that makes them stand out in a crowd. They feel deeply for others and seem to have a special gift for understanding people's feelings even when no one says a word. This deep empathy, or ability to feel what others feel, is what makes chosen ones special. They can sense when someone is hurt, lonely, or in need of a friend, and they're usually the first to step in and help. But sometimes their caring nature draws in people who don't have the best intentions. In a world where some people are focused mainly on themselves, there are those called narcissists who are more interested in getting attention, praise, or control rather than giving anything back. Narcissists are attracted to chosen ones because they sense how compassionate and giving they are. For a narcissist, finding a chosen one is like finding a golden opportunity. They know they'll get the attention and support they crave, even if they don't return that kindness. Unfortunately, this can create a painful cycle for the chosen one. They pour all their love, energy, and care into helping and supporting the narcissist, only to realize they're not getting the same in return. Narcissists often only care about themselves, and they tend to take as much as they can without giving anything back. This can leave the chosen one feeling drained, used, and eventually isolated because they're always giving, but never receiving. What makes it even harder for chosen ones is that they often believe they can help or even heal the narcissist. They think if they're kind enough, patient enough, and understanding enough, the narcissist will change. But narcissists rarely do. Instead, they continue to take advantage of the chosen one's kindness, leaving them feeling more alone each time. Over time, many chosen ones start to build walls around themselves, learning to protect their hearts from people who only want to take advantage of them. This can be a lonely journey, but it's one that helps them understand their own worth and choose relationships that bring them real happiness and respect. Their empathy remains a powerful gift, but now they learn to protect it, seeking connections with those who appreciate them for who they truly are. Narcissists are people who always need to feel important, admired, and in control. They often have an intense need for attention and praise from others, which makes them look for people who can give them the validation they crave. But instead of offering real friendship or love in return, they often just take what they need without giving back. This is where the chosen ones come in. Chosen ones are known for their strong and stable character. They're often confident, dependable, and emotionally steady, which makes them stand out. Narcissists are drawn to these qualities because they see chosen ones as a source of security and admiration. To a narcissist, being around someone so grounded feels like having a steady rock to lean on, especially during times when they feel insecure or need a boost in their self-esteem. However, narcissists don't approach chosen ones with honest intentions. Instead of wanting a balanced friendship or relationship, they often try to manipulate or control chosen ones. They might flatter, charm, or act overly appreciative at first, making the chosen one feel valued and needed. But once the narcissist feels secure that they have the chosen one's loyalty and attention, they begin to demand more praise, more support, and more of the chosen one's time. This takes a heavy toll on chosen ones, who often give their best in relationships and try to be understanding and caring. Over time, though, chosen ones start to notice a pattern. Despite all the energy and care they put into the relationship, they rarely feel truly appreciated or respected in return. Narcissists usually give nothing authentic back, making the chosen one feel drained and even empty. It's like they're pouring all their care into a bucket with a hole at the bottom. It never fills up, no matter how much they give. Eventually, many chosen ones realize that being around narcissists isn't fulfilling. They feel unappreciated and even trapped in a cycle where their kindness and strength are being used but never valued. This can be a hard lesson, but it often helps chosen ones see the importance of setting boundaries and finding relationships that give them real respect and support in return. Through these experiences, chosen ones learn to protect their energy and choose connections that truly add value to their lives. Chosen ones often have a natural gift for sensing the energy around them. They can pick up on subtle cues that something might not be right, even if they can't fully explain why. This ability, called intuitive awareness, acts like a built-in alarm system, alerting them when someone's intentions don't feel genuine. When a narcissist is nearby, chosen ones may feel uneasy or cautious without knowing exactly why. This sixth sense is their defense mechanism, helping protect them from people who might want to manipulate or take advantage of them. This heightened awareness can make chosen ones seem guarded or hesitant to others. They can often tell when someone's words and actions don't match, or when there's a hidden agenda. Narcissists, who often hide their true intentions, tend to create this strange feeling of something is off around them. Chosen ones pick up on this, sometimes without realizing it, and it makes them wary. But while this intuition can keep chosen ones safe, it also makes it hard for them to open up to people. They're constantly scanning for signs of authenticity, so they may struggle to fully relax and trust. Even when they meet someone who seems genuine, they might still hold back, wondering if they're overlooking something or if the person might turn out to be just another narcissist. This can lead to a cycle where chosen ones find it difficult to connect deeply with others, feeling safer behind a wall they've built for self-protection. Over time, this can make chosen ones feel isolated, even though their intuitive awareness is there to protect them. It's a delicate balance between listening to their inner signals and finding the courage to trust when the right person comes along. While this caution is valuable, learning to trust and open up again becomes essential for chosen ones to find meaningful connections and the genuine love they truly deserve. Chosen ones often have a natural gift for sensing the energy around them. They can pick up on subtle cues that something might not be right, even if they can't fully explain why. This ability, called intuitive awareness, acts like a built-in alarm system, alerting them when someone's intentions don't feel genuine. When a narcissist is nearby, chosen ones may feel uneasy or cautious without knowing exactly why. This sixth sense is their defense mechanism, helping protect them from people who might want to manipulate or take advantage of them. This heightened awareness can make chosen ones seem guarded or hesitant to others. They can often tell when someone's words and actions don't match, or when there's a hidden agenda. Narcissists, who often hide their true intentions, tend to create this strange feeling of something is off around them. Chosen ones pick up on this, sometimes without realizing it, and it makes them wary. But while this intuition can keep chosen ones safe, it also makes it hard for them to open up to people. They're constantly scanning for signs of authenticity, so they may struggle to fully relax and trust. Even when they meet someone who seems genuine, they might still hold back, wondering if they're overlooking something or if the person might turn out to be just another narcissist. This can lead to a cycle where chosen ones find it difficult to connect deeply with others, feeling safer behind a wall they've built for self-protection. Over time, this can make chosen ones feel isolated, even though their intuitive awareness is there to protect them. It's a delicate balance between listening to their inner signals and finding the courage to trust when the right person comes along. While this caution is valuable, learning to trust for chosen ones, loneliness isn't always something to fear or avoid. While it might feel painful at times, this isolation often serves as a powerful tool for growth. The periods of solitude that chosen ones experience aren't just a curse of being alone. They can be moments of deep reflection, learning, and spiritual development. When they find themselves alone, they're not just waiting for love or companionship to show up. They're often growing in ways they can't even see yet. During times of isolation, chosen ones are able to slow down, step back, and reflect on their lives, their purpose, and their desires. This time alone allows them to dive into their inner world, getting to know themselves on a deeper level. They might begin to understand more about what truly matters to them, what they want in a relationship, and what boundaries they need to set to protect their hearts. This introspective period is like a spiritual retreat where they can heal, grow stronger, and become more aligned with who they are meant to be. What makes this isolation so important is that it gives chosen ones the space to discover their true purpose. They can learn to trust their instincts, develop a deeper sense of self-love, and clarify the kind of love they want to attract. They can also shed past wounds and beliefs that no longer serve them, clearing the way for healthier, more genuine relationships in the future. This time of growth isn't wasted. It's preparing them to attract real love when the time is right. In the end, this loneliness isn't about staying stuck in isolation forever. It's about using this time wisely to understand one's true self, deepen spiritual awareness, and get ready for the kind of connection that will truly honor who they are. When the right person finally comes along, the chosen one will be better prepared to recognize them and build a relationship based on mutual respect, understanding, and love. What once seemed like a painful experience becomes a transformative journey towards something much greater. Narcissists are often drawn to chosen ones because of their inner strength and resilience. These qualities, which allow chosen ones to face challenges and remain grounded, are exactly what narcissists seek in others. But instead of admiring these traits, narcissists view them as opportunities for manipulation. They see the depth and stability of chosen ones as something to exploit for their own gain. The narcissist might start by complimenting or flattering the chosen one, pretending to appreciate their strength and resilience. But as the relationship progresses, the narcissist begins to subtly undermine or control these qualities. They might try to take credit for the chosen one's successes, manipulate their emotions, or even create situations where the chosen one feels guilty for standing up for themselves. Over time, this behavior erodes the chosen one's sense of self-worth, making them question their own strengths. This continuous cycle of manipulation and emotional exploitation can take a heavy toll on chosen ones. They give their best, often trying to help or heal the narcissist, only to realize they're being used. The more they try to offer love, support, or care, the more the narcissist demands. This leaves chosen ones feeling drained and unappreciated, as their strength is taken for granted and manipulated. After experiencing this over and over, many chosen ones begin to grow wary of relationships. They start to feel like their kindness and resilience are liabilities rather than strengths. They might withdraw, seeking solitude to protect themselves from further emotional harm. The fear of being manipulated again makes them hesitant to trust others, and they may prefer being alone rather than risking the possibility of more hurt. This pattern of exploitation teaches chosen ones important lessons about the value of their own strengths. While it may be painful, it helps them recognize the importance of setting boundaries, being cautious about who they let into their lives, and protecting their emotional energy. Through these experiences, they become more selective in choosing relationships that are built on respect, trust, and mutual care. Chosen ones are naturally drawn to deeper connections, seeking authenticity and meaning in every aspect of life. They crave relationships and experiences that go beyond surface-level interactions. They value honesty, emotional depth, and true understanding, always looking for something real in a world that sometimes seems preoccupied with appearances, material things, and shallow interactions. Unfortunately, this desire for depth often leaves them feeling out of place in a society that often celebrates superficiality. In a world where people are often judged by their looks, wealth, or status, chosen ones can feel disconnected. They see through the facade that many people put up, recognizing that appearances can be deceiving and that what really matters is the heart, the intentions, and the soul behind a person. But this perspective puts them at odds with a world where many people are more interested in surface-level success than in building meaningful connections. This is where narcissists thrive. They are often masters of creating false images, appearing charming, successful, or perfect on the outside while hiding their true intentions beneath. They understand how to manipulate the shallow values of society and use them to their advantage. Narcissists don't seek authenticity or real love. They're focused on maintaining their image, gaining admiration, and getting validation from others. For them, relationships are more about what they can get than what they can give. For chosen ones, this focus on the superficial can be exhausting and disheartening. It becomes increasingly difficult for them to find people who share their values of honesty and emotional depth. They may feel isolated, longing for a true connection, but finding that most people are more interested in superficial interactions or material success than in genuine relationships. The more they seek depth, the more they seem to encounter narcissistic behavior, leaving them feeling disillusioned and disconnected from the world around them. This disillusionment isn't just about the frustration of not finding real love. It's also about the challenge of living in a world that often doesn't seem to value the very qualities that make chosen ones special. It can lead them to question their place in the world, but it also pushes them to become even more intentional about the connections they do make, seeking out those who value authenticity and depth, even if they are few and far between. Narcissists are experts at pushing boundaries. They test limits, looking for any small openings where they can exploit the kindness, empathy, or trust of others. Chosen ones, with their caring and open-hearted nature, can be especially vulnerable to this kind of manipulation. Because they are often willing to give others the benefit of the doubt, narcissists may try to bend or break the boundaries that chosen ones have in place, whether it's through guilt, emotional blackmail, or trying to control situations. Over time, these repeated experiences of having their boundaries pushed can take a significant toll on chosen ones. Each time they let their guard down and are hurt or manipulated, they learn a painful lesson about the importance of setting clear, firm limits. This emotional roller coaster leaves chosen ones with a growing sense of distrust toward others, especially those who might seem like they want to get close. The pain of past experiences makes it hard to feel safe enough to open up again. As a result, chosen ones often build emotional walls around themselves. These walls are designed to protect them from the hurt, manipulation, and disappointment they've faced in the past. While the walls may offer a sense of safety, they also create a barrier between chosen ones and potential partners, even those with good intentions. The walls are strong and hard to tear down because they've been built from the lessons learned through difficult experiences with narcissists. Unfortunately, this can prevent even well-meaning individuals from getting close. It's not that chosen ones don't desire love or connection, it's that they have become wary of being hurt again. Their trust must be earned, and the emotional walls they've put up can make it difficult for others to break through, no matter how genuine their intentions may be. While building these walls is a natural defense mechanism, it can create a sense of isolation. Chosen ones may want to connect but feel trapped between the need for protection and the desire for real emotional intimacy. The key is finding a balance between guarding their hearts and being open to the possibility of real, healthy connections, relationships where their boundaries are respected and their emotional safety is prioritized. Chosen ones possess a unique ability to see through facades, the false fronts that people put up to hide their true selves. This gift, while powerful, can sometimes feel more like a curse, especially when it comes to finding love. They have an uncanny knack for spotting deceit, manipulation, and shallow charm, which allows them to immediately recognize when someone isn't being genuine. While this helps them protect themselves from potential harm, it also makes it difficult for them to connect with others on a deeper level. Because they can see through these facades, chosen ones quickly pick up on red flags that others might miss. Whether it's someone pretending to be someone they're not, a person using flattery to gain favor, or subtle signs of manipulation. Chosen ones are sensitive to these signals. While many people may overlook or dismiss these behaviors, chosen ones can't help but notice them, and this often causes them to pull away from relationships that don't feel authentic or true. The problem is that this sensitivity can make it hard for chosen ones to find love. Their high standards for authenticity mean they won't settle for superficial connections or relationships where they feel the other person isn't being real. While this ensures that they avoid toxic or unworthy partners, it also narrows their pool of potential matches. Most people don't meet the high bar for honesty, depth, and emotional transparency that chosen ones set for their relationships. As a result, chosen ones may find themselves isolated or feeling like they don't fit in with the rest of the world. They might crave love but struggle to find someone who meets their deep need for authenticity. This can lead to frustration as they continue to encounter people who wear masks or only show parts of themselves, leaving chosen ones to wonder if true, genuine love is even possible in a world full of facades. Despite the difficulty, the ability to see through deceit is a gift in disguise. It helps chosen ones protect their hearts from relationships that could harm them in the long run. By maintaining their high standards, they ensure that when they do find love, it will be real, deep, and authentic. After experiencing repeated betrayals and manipulations, chosen ones can begin to internalize the pain they've endured. These emotional wounds caused by narcissistic behavior and toxic relationships often lead to self-doubt and a negative self-image. Over time, they may start to believe that they're somehow unworthy of real love. This belief doesn't come from a lack of desire for love, but from the scars left by the people they've trusted, who have repeatedly taken advantage of their kindness and empathy. This internalized pain becomes a powerful force in their lives. They may start questioning their own worth, feeling as though they're not deserving of a healthy, loving relationship. The more they experience manipulation, the more they begin to accept the false narratives that others have imposed on them, that they are too much, too sensitive, or too different. They may even start to think that their love and care are burdens that only attract the wrong people, causing them to retreat into themselves and avoid vulnerability. This self-sabotage can be incredibly isolating. Instead of reaching out for love, chosen ones may push it away, convinced that they're not capable of receiving it, or that they will only face more hurt. They may start to distance themselves from potential partners or even close friends, keeping their walls high and their hearts guarded. The fear of being hurt again becomes stronger than the desire to connect with others, so they choose to remain isolated, reinforcing the belief that they are separate from the world around them. This sense of separation can be painful. Chosen ones, deep down, still crave love and connection, but their past experiences have led them to believe that they are destined to be alone. The more they internalize this pain, the more they reinforce their isolation, creating a cycle that's hard to break. However, recognizing this pattern is the first step toward healing. By acknowledging that their feelings of unworthiness come from past betrayals, chosen ones can begin to separate their self-worth from the actions of others. They can slowly start to rebuild trust in themselves and in the possibility of real love, understanding that they are deserving of the kind of love that is genuine, nurturing, and reciprocal. Chosen ones are known for their deep sense of loyalty. They have an unwavering commitment to the people they care about, always giving their best to their relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or familial. For them, loyalty means supporting others through thick and thin, being there when needed, and offering their trust and love without hesitation. They invest their time, energy, and emotions fully into the people they care about, believing that true connection is built on mutual respect, honesty, and devotion. Their loyalty is not just a quality, but a core part of who they are, and they often expect the same level of commitment from those around them. Unfortunately, this genuine loyalty can become a double-edged sword when it meets narcissism. Narcissists, on the other hand, have a completely different approach to relationships. They are often manipulative, using others to serve their needs or elevate their self-image. They don't value loyalty in the same way chosen ones do. To narcissists, relationships are transactional. They form connections with people primarily to get something out of them, whether it's admiration, validation, power, or simply control. Narcissists have no qualms about exploiting others for personal gain, and they often use charm and manipulation to secure their place in someone's life, only to discard that person once they've used them up. This disparity between the loyalty of chosen ones and the manipulation of narcissists are often skilled at disguising their true intentions, appearing charming, loving, and attentive in the beginning. They may mirror the chosen one's loyalty, making them feel special and valued, but as time passes, the narcissist's true colors begin to show, and the chosen one finds themselves giving more and more while receiving little in return. The imbalance of give and take in such relationships is exhausting and emotionally draining. Chosen ones, who are naturally giving and selfless, may feel overwhelmed by the constant need to prove their worthiness, while the narcissist takes without ever truly giving back. This cycle of manipulation leaves the chosen one feeling used, unappreciated, and heartbroken. The more they invest, the more they seem to lose, and the more isolated they become. This heartbreaking realization often leads chosen ones to become cautious and guarded when it comes to investing their energy in others. After experiencing betrayal or manipulation, they may begin to question their ability to trust, fearing that their loyalty will once again be exploited. They may become wary of getting too close to anyone, even those who genuinely care for them, out of fear of being hurt again. The emotional toll of being manipulated and betrayed can leave deep scars, making it difficult for chosen ones to open their hearts fully to new relationships. While loyalty is a beautiful quality, it's important for chosen ones to learn how to protect themselves from exploitation. They must learn to recognize the difference between genuine connection and manipulation, and be mindful of where they direct their energy. It's crucial for them to understand that not everyone will appreciate their loyalty in the way they deserve. With time and self-reflection, chosen ones can learn to set healthy boundaries, invest in relationships that are mutual and nourishing, and protect their hearts from those who seek to take advantage of their goodness. Through this process, they can find peace in knowing that true loyalty should be met with respect, not manipulation. For many chosen ones, life's purpose goes beyond personal desires or the typical pursuit of romantic relationships. Instead, they feel a deeper calling, an innate drive to help, heal, and guide others on their journey. This calling is often rooted in spirituality, where they are drawn to serve a higher purpose that transcends conventional expectations. They may feel an overwhelming sense of responsibility to make the world a better place, to uplift those who are struggling, or to share wisdom and compassion with those who need it most. This spiritual path is not just a career choice or a hobby, it is a deeply ingrained part of who chosen ones are. It shapes their worldview and directs their energy toward healing, growth, and transformation. Whether it's through acts of kindness, spiritual guidance, or personal sacrifice, chosen ones often dedicate themselves to this mission with everything they have. Their ability to empathize with others and their natural inclination to help make them incredibly impactful, but this sense of purpose can often leave them feeling isolated. Because the calling of a chosen one is so unique and deeply personal, it is frequently misunderstood by others. Many people around them may not understand the depth of their mission, or they may view it as impractical or unrealistic. In a world that often prioritizes personal success, material gain, and traditional relationships, the selfless nature of the chosen one's calling can feel out of place. The sacrifices they make for the greater good may not always be appreciated, and their decisions to focus on a higher spiritual purpose can lead to feelings of being disconnected from the people they care about. This sense of isolation is amplified when chosen ones find themselves unable to form the types of traditional relationships that others might take for granted. Their mission often requires them to step away from certain social norms or expectations, and they may have to make difficult choices that put them at odds with others. For example, they may choose to forego a relationship or personal desire if it interferes with their sense of purpose. While this decision may feel right on a spiritual level, it can also lead to loneliness, as they are not always surrounded by others who share or understand their path. The isolation that comes from walking a higher spiritual path can sometimes feel like a burden. Chosen ones may question whether their sacrifices will ever be fully recognized or whether their efforts will yield tangible rewards. The emotional toll of walking a path that is often misunderstood can leave them wondering if they will ever find someone who truly understands their journey and can walk beside them. However, it is important for chosen ones to remember that their spiritual calling is a gift. It is a unique path that, while lonely at times, is ultimately transformative for themselves and for others. The sense of isolation may be temporary, but the impact they have on the world can last a lifetime. As chosen ones continue to walk their higher path, they may eventually find others who share their calling or understand the depth of their purpose. In the meantime, their journey is one of personal growth and spiritual evolution, preparing them to fulfill their mission in the world. In today's world, where many people wear masks and create false personas to fit in or gain approval, chosen ones stand out for their unwavering commitment to authenticity. They refuse to compromise on what they value most: truth, sincerity, and genuine connection. While the world around them may seem full of people who are eager to project perfect images, often hiding their true selves, chosen ones are deeply focused on living authentically, even when it means standing alone. The ability to be real in a world that often prioritizes appearances or superficial connections is a rare and precious gift. Chosen ones are not interested in playing games or pretending to be someone they are not. They seek relationships that are grounded in honesty, transparency, and a deep emotional connection. For them, anything less than authenticity feels hollow, and they would rather be alone than settle for a love that doesn't resonate with their true self. However, this quest for authenticity can be incredibly lonely. In a society where many people engage in facades and carefully constructed identities, it's difficult for chosen ones to find others who are also committed to being real. Narcissists, in particular, thrive in this environment. They are experts at creating false personas to manipulate others, making it even harder for chosen ones to connect with those who genuinely care. Narcissists often present themselves as ideal partners, showing just enough of their charm to attract the attention of the chosen ones, but their connections are shallow and rooted in selfishness. For chosen ones, the difficulty lies in the fact that they can sense the difference between someone who is truly authentic and someone who is simply wearing a mask. This heightened sense of awareness can make them even more cautious in relationships, causing them to step back when they sense that something is not genuine. Their refusal to settle for anything less than real love often results in isolation. While others may rush into relationships or accept shallow connections for fear of being alone, chosen ones wait patiently for a love that aligns with their soul's desires. This commitment to authenticity is not without its challenges. It often means rejecting relationships that could seem promising at first, but ultimately lack depth. While this can leave chosen ones feeling isolated or misunderstood, it also allows them to maintain their integrity. They understand that real love cannot be rushed and that it must be based on mutual respect, trust, and a shared understanding of one another's true selves. In the end, the loneliness that comes from waiting for authenticity is not something that diminishes their worth. Rather, it strengthens their resolve to only accept connections that reflect their true essence. The waiting, while difficult, ensures that when they do find love, it will be a love that is not only genuine, but one that will truly resonate with their heart and soul. Many chosen ones possess an innate desire to help and heal others. This deep, almost instinctive need to care for those in pain often leads them to take on the role of a healer in relationships. Whether it's through offering emotional support, providing comfort, or simply being there for someone in need, chosen ones feel compelled to fix what is broken in others. Their empathy and understanding make them natural caregivers, always willing to give their time, energy, and love to those who seem to need it most. However, this healing instinct can sometimes be exploited, especially by narcissists. Narcissists are experts at playing the victim, carefully crafting stories of emotional wounds or hardship to evoke sympathy. They often present themselves as someone who is struggling, needing care, and searching for someone to save them. This creates the perfect trap for chosen ones, who are naturally drawn to those in need. Narcissists know exactly how to manipulate this compassionate nature, making the chosen ones feel like they are the only ones capable of offering the support needed. In these relationships, the chosen one is often the giver, pouring their emotional resources into the other person without receiving anything in return. Narcissists rarely offer true emotional support in return. They take, but they don't give. They thrive on validation and attention, but they have little to no interest in genuinely nurturing the other person's needs or well-being. As a result, chosen ones may find themselves emotionally drained, unappreciated, and increasingly isolated. The healer syndrome trap is particularly harmful because it leads to an unbalanced dynamic in relationships. chosen ones may feel as though they are constantly giving but never receiving the emotional care they need in return. Over time, this imbalance becomes unsustainable, leaving them feeling unfulfilled and emotionally empty. Their desire to help others can sometimes cloud their judgment, making them overlook red flags or warning signs that the relationship is not healthy. Eventually, chosen ones may come to realize that their efforts have not been reciprocated, and they may feel used or abandoned. The emotional toll of these one-sided relationships can be incredibly isolating, as they may struggle to find anyone who understands their need for balance and mutual support. The pain of being manipulated in this way can leave chosen ones hesitant to invest in future relationships, creating a cycle of isolation and self-doubt. To break free from this trap, chosen ones must learn to recognize when they are being exploited and establish healthier boundaries. It's important for them to understand that true healing comes from mutual respect and care, not from giving endlessly without receiving anything in return. Only by finding balance and ensuring that their emotional needs are also met can chosen ones avoid falling into the healer syndrome trap and begin to form more fulfilling, balanced relationships. Chosen ones often find themselves caught in a paradox, being too much for the wrong people. Their depth, sensitivity, and emotional intensity can feel overwhelming to individuals who are more comfortable with shallow, surface-level interactions. In a world that frequently values appearances and quick fixes, the chosen one's capacity for deep emotional connection can make them seem like they are too intense or too deep for others. This creates a sense of frustration as they long for a meaningful connection, but their authentic selves are often misunderstood or rejected. For narcissists, this intensity can be particularly difficult to handle. Narcissists are not interested in building genuine, emotionally rich relationships. They thrive on surface-level attention and validation, seeking out interactions that fuel their ego without requiring much emotional depth. When faced with a chosen one, someone who feels things deeply and seeks a true connection, they often pull away. The narcissist may be intimidated or simply uninterested in engaging at a meaningful level. As a result, chosen ones are frequently left feeling rejected, lonely, or like they are somehow too much for others to handle. This paradox can be especially painful, as chosen ones may feel as though their very nature, the qualities that make them unique and special, is the reason they are often left out in the cold. They may feel misunderstood, isolated, or as though they are too different to ever truly connect with others. Their depth, emotional intelligence, and sensitivity, which should be celebrated, instead seem to create a barrier between them and those who would otherwise be a good match. However, this very intensity is what makes chosen ones exceptional and valuable to the right person. They have the ability to connect on a deeper level, offering true intimacy, understanding, and care. While narcissists may shy away from this, the right partner will appreciate and be drawn to the depth that the chosen one brings to a relationship. It's just a matter of waiting for someone who values emotional connection over superficial interactions. The challenge for chosen ones lies in staying true to their authentic selves while navigating relationships with those who may not be capable of appreciating their depth. It can be tempting to hide parts of themselves to fit in, but doing so would mean losing the essence of what makes them special. In the end, the paradox of being too much for the wrong person is not a flaw, but rather a sign that the chosen one is simply waiting for the right connection, one that will truly appreciate all of who they are. In a world where narcissism seems to dominate, chosen ones often experience a unique form of isolation, especially in their pursuit of love. This curse of isolation isn't simply a result of bad luck in relationships, but reflects their deep desire for authenticity, emotional depth, and true connection. Unlike others, chosen ones are drawn to bonds that are pure and meaningful, yet they seem to attract people who drain, manipulate, or misuse their genuine nature. Narcissists, drawn to the empathic and resilient qualities of chosen ones, seek validation and control, taking advantage of their compassionate and forgiving nature. Through repeated heartbreaks and disappointments, chosen ones grow wary, often retreating inward to protect their integrity and peace.